I'm the same way. I have
Thank
no
you so
palate for
much.
wine.
Welcome to church on such a glorious Sunday morning. So grateful you're here. We're going to start our service right now by singing our opening chant, God is my source.
All right, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. We are so glad that you are here, able to join us for this Sunday service. My name is Mark Kroll. I'm a practitioner here at the North Hollywood Church of Religious Science, and we are delighted you've joined us in person or online via Zoom, Facebook Live, our YouTube channel, etc. If you are live streaming the service, please go ahead and in the chat type where you're watching us from so that we can get a sense of this global community that we're experiencing. And for those of you that are here in person, you know the drill. Please, with your device, put it on Do Not Disturb or turn it off so that we can be in blessed service for the time together. All right. And let's now join together in prayer. Go ahead and turn within. Take that deep, spirit-filled, loving breath in. Absolutely feeling the presence, the power, the principle of God, source, spirit, which shows up in our lives as love and light and goodness, wholeness, prosperity, creative expression, joy, beauty, peace, and grace. This is the absolute truth of the universe. It is the absolute truth of every being on the planet. It is absolutely the truth of everyone that's joined together in this community. I know that we are each an individual embodiment of an expression of that power, that presence, that principle of God. We are each love and light and goodness and wholeness, wisdom, spirit. I know our time together this morning is blessed and very, very blessed. We celebrate together. We come together in spirit to celebrate the message, to celebrate our community, to celebrate the truth of who and what we are. And it is all so good and all so blessed. I give great thanks for everyone that is of service for this, for our time together. The musical ministry, the volunteers, the ushers, and I give thanks for Dr. Mark, who is that vessel, that channel for spirit, and we each receive exactly what we need to receive from the message. So with a heart full of joy and gratitude, I release my word into the law of mind, knowing it is so, it is done, and so together we say, Amen.
With
Everyone, please rise and join me in saying the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Please remain standing for our congregational song, I Am at Home in the Heart of God.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everyone, please be seated. As we settle in, let's take a moment to welcome our live streamers. Everybody wave to the cameras. And let's also take a moment to recognize and honor all those who are here with us present in the sanctuary with a nod, a smile, namaste. We're just so happy to be here in community. And now we get the absolute privilege of communion with God in meditation. So we will take 5 minutes. I invite you to close your eyes and silently repeat the mantra, God is the love that I am. And if your mind wanders, just lovingly bring it back, repeating, God is the love that I am. I will bring us out of the meditation in 5 minutes.
Well, I believe everything happens for a reason, even when it makes no sense at all. One day you look back, you realize your life is a path you think you're making, and somehow the more I walk, I believe it's already mapped. Well, how else can you explain all that makes me me? Through all the joy, the fear, the pain, I'm always right where I should be. And I believe your life is just what you make it, where you can fight it every step of the way or let it unfold on you. You have the choice every day, you just have to make it. Surrender to love, let it lead the way, that's the only truth. And yeah, you can call me crazy, that's what I believe. And I believe true love exists, I know it happens, 'cause I have been a witness, I've watched it grow. An open heart, a willing smile, and then time fashions, and knowing all the while it was settled long ago. It's not about who's right, who's wrong, but more the give and take, and trusting in love just enough to make that leap of faith. And I believe love it's something you can never get too much of, like the air we breathe or the blue of the sky. And even when it all falls apart and love's left you stranded, there's only been a change of heart, 'cause love never dies. You go on and call me crazy, so go on and lose yourself to hope. You go on, just jump into faith. Just let go and let your heart lead the way. Yes, I believe in love. I believe in love. You go on and call me crazy, but that's what I believe. I believe in
Great. Thank you. Okay, good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm going to talk today a little bit about the power within you. So Ernest Holmes used to say that there's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. I love that. That's so exciting. That feels very, very empowering to me personally. Jesus said it like this: it's not I, but the Father within that doeth the work. So Jesus called that power within him the Father. So today, I think we get to use our co-creative capacity more than ever before. I think there is infinite creativity in each and every one of us. In fact, I think when we are born into this earthly life, I think that children come in as these highly creative, imaginative, innovative, genius little beings, you know, and about by 7 or so, somewhere in there, I think, and this is just my opinion, I think it decreases drastically. So it's been over a decade, but I used to participate in a local school's yoga program for kids from K through 4. And doing that, I really realized that my demographic is, my true demographic is second grade boys. Because I think they are hysterically funny. They think I'm funny. We are truly of the same tribe. Me and about, what's that, about 7, 8-year-old boys? Yeah, okay. And so anyway, so when I would do yoga with these kids, particularly kindergarten, first grade, and second grade, I would always say, okay, well, who here can sing me a song, right? Because I got to tell you, when you do yoga with little kids, it's all about negotiation. Okay? It is all about negotiation on every level, every pose. We have to negotiate first. So, who here could sing a song? Oh my God, I can sing a song. No, 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 I want a really good song. Who's a really good singer here? Oh my God, me, Mark, me. Pick me. Who can jump really high? I want to see somebody jump really high. And the whole room starts jumping. You know, the whole room starts jumping. Who can do, no matter what, they could all do it. Kindergarten, first grade, second grade, they could do anything. They believed in themselves so thoroughly. About third grade, though, I noticed that started to wane. It started, you know, like, no, I can't do that. I can't. What do you mean you can't do that? I just saw you a couple months ago when you were able to. I'm in third grade now. You know, and what occurs to me is that, you know, if we don't use it, whatever that it is, if we don't use that creative energy within us, it seems to go into hiding. It never gets lost. I don't think it can ever be lost, but I think it can kind of go into hibernation, right? You know, so you'll never lose this because, and you can't lose it because you're divinely connected, right? Emerson said, we live in the lap of an infinite intelligence. So we teach in the Science of Mind that you and I can tap into that intelligence. Do you know Mozart wrote music note perfect the first time he sat down to write it? Yeah. He said the entire piece would come to him in his mind, right? So our creative ideas are no different than these other geniuses. In fact, I believe that everyone that comes in has some of this genius going on. You know, and now the geniuses, I would say they trust those ideas that we don't. You know, we kind of say, well, what do I know? I don't know. What do I know? Right? Well, it's all God seeking a greater expression. And we are connected. Each and every one of us, we are directly connected to the source. So on a visit when I was back east, I came across this story that, you know, back east there are these covered bridges, like in New Hampshire, Vermont, places like that. And they were trying to get a truck through one of these covered bridges. And it seemed to just barely be stuck. And so they decided what they would do is that they would rope up the truck and try and pull it through, right? And so there was this little boy watching this whole thing. And, you know, and the tires on the truck were bigger than him, right? Bigger than the little boy. And the little boy says to the policeman, you know, so what happens here, you know? And the policeman tells him, well, the truck is stuck and it's just really close, but it can't quite make it under the bridge, you know? And the little boy says, oh, why don't you let the air out of the tires? And the policeman says, oh, wow, that's kind of a good idea. So the policeman goes and tells the guys who are working on the truck, and that's exactly what they did, you know? So the point is that the little boy, who wasn't as big as the tires on the truck, was able to see from a completely different perspective, right? Because the adults are looking from this taller, adult, mature perspective, and this little guy says, you know, well, solution seems easy to me. Just let the air out of the tires, and the truck will just roll right through. So they just let a little of the air out, and that worked out perfectly. You know, where does it all come from? Ernest Holmes calls it the infinite intelligence, or he says it is our superconscious mind. So our superconscious mind is the source of all creativity, right? And if we use this, you know, and the more we use this, the faster we move toward the life that we desire to experience, the faster we'll move toward our intended goals. See, it's always working on our behalf by providing us with ideas, by providing us with solutions, by providing us with things that we've never thought of before. The more you believe it, the better it works, right? And if you believe it doesn't work, it works by not working. Isn't that amazing? Now, if you think, no, this doesn't work for me, it will in fact not work for you. Not because it doesn't work for you, but because your mind has that much power. So God within each of us knows, right? The more you believe it is working for you, God has this all figured out already. And I think that one of the things is we get very caught in the figuring it out. We think it's our job to figure these things out. You only need to know the what. God knows the how. Right? You only need to know what is the end result I am after here. The infinite mind, the infinite intelligence, the superconscious mind knows exactly what needs to happen and how to bring it about. So my human mind gets me so far, and I suspect that's probably also true for you, that your human mind will get you so far. But the mind of God, the infinite mind that is within us, has so much more. And we're talking about how we use that. That's what we're after today. So I found this little idea that winners believe that they are fated to be successful. Let me just stop at that right there. Wouldn't it be wonderful if each and every one of us knew that we were fated to have an incredible life, that we were fated to be successful, that we were fated to be prosperous. It's fate that I am extraordinarily healthy. It's fate that I always have love in my life. It's fate that I am creatively expressed. I mean, wow, wouldn't that be different? Well, I think that's actually true. I believe that the genius of God, the genius of infinite spirit within us, is fated to have a wonderful experience of life. So if we are, in fact, and I believe we are, fated to be successful, what happens when we encounter a hurdle or some such thing, is what we have to say to ourselves is, there's some benefit here. There is some benefit. Where other people give in, where other people tend to quit, they say, oh, it's hard, I can't do it, it's too much for me, I'm not big enough as a person, oh, it's just too difficult, That attitude, nothing good is going to come from that attitude. So I want to encourage us all today to just stop that. If you're saying to yourself, oh, I can't, it's too much, it's too big, just let that go. Let that go right now. There is a benefit in every situation. Even when it seems like things are not working out or it's taking longer than we think, I think there's a benefit there. What could be the benefit there? That our consciousness is being prepared to experience, to hold, to call in a greater good. Because the infinite intelligence supports our clarity, right? Could we cultivate, more clarity? Yes, absolutely, we can. We are in the right place. We are at the right time. We are doing the right thing. How many of us know that about our lives, that we are in the right place at the right time doing the right thing? I believe that's all of us. I think you will find that it works best with concentration on one thing, and it works best when we are thinking of something else. What do I mean? So I think when people are trying to bring forth some creative expression in their life, it's good to focus on one thing at a time. Yes, I know we have lots of things. We're very busy people, right? But I think we take one thing at a time, and really concentrate on that. And then, when we're thinking of something else, like how often are you in the shower and a great idea comes to you? Or you're driving and you're thinking about something completely different and the solution to another problem comes up. So it comes up when you sort of have let go of it and your mind is someplace else. So if our belief is total or our belief is just partial, that's how the infinite intelligence or the superconsciousness works for us. If you only have a little belief, it works for you a little. And if you have total belief, it works for you in total. So if you put your goal into the superconscious mind and see it done, right? This is a technique we use. We have to absolutely see it done. So if your goal is to be getting up early every morning, okay, I get up, I see myself getting up at 5 a.m. I see myself having an easy meeting when I go to the bank today. I see myself remembering to pick up the dry cleaners finally. Right? I see myself centered and peaceful in this meeting that's going to happen later this afternoon. Then following your intuitive, what we do after that is we follow whatever the intuitive flashes are that come to us. Right? I think thought, we have the thought, We kind of have a little bit of a plan. We've got a goal, whatever that is. We hold that in conscious mind continually. And if we are holding it in our conscious mind continually, it must be brought forth by the superconscious mind. Now this can be positive or this can be negative. I want to tell you, this works both ways. Now, often, I hear people focusing on what they don't want, right? And so I'm here to tell you that the way the science of mind works is if you keep focusing on what you don't want, you will create that, you will bring that forward in your life. That's how the law works. This is why it's important to focus, to have your conversation be about, to think, to visualize, to imagine what we desire to come into our life, because otherwise you're going to get potluck from the universe. And that might be good, and it might not. You might just get left with old dinner rolls and napkins. That's not the potluck we want to have here. So our life, really, our life is an outpicturing of our continuous conscious thought. Our life is the expression of our continuous conscious thought. If we would rigorously focus on what we want to happen, right? I mean rigorously. That means give it some good spiritual attention every single day. Now, no attention, now this means no attention on what we fear, or no attention gets placed on the things that we don't want. Just don't give any attention to that. Because your mind is a powerful force of nature, right? It taps into the power source of the infinite intelligence, right? Do we have persistence? Do we have perseverance? Do we have determination? Do we have the discipline? Do we have the control to hold to the idea in our mind till it comes forth out of the infinite mind? First of all, if the idea has come to you, I trust that that idea has come to you from God. And if God has given you an idea, it must necessarily follow that that idea is for your greater good, and there is a way for that idea to come into expression. So we can stimulate this superconscious creativity with goals, because sometimes you got to start by being definite with the infinite. I am a big fan of that. That we will also experience problems that get to be solved with deep questions that we have. And so here's the thing that I think is the essential piece of this, is that we have to go willingly into the silence. It's very powerful. A little bit of solitude goes a long, long way. They said about Gandhi that Gandhi would take from midnight Sunday to midnight Monday to be in silence and solitude. No reading, no fussing, nothing. Just sitting still silently and listening. I know, you can think of all these things, but I got to make a call. I got to write a check. I've got to send in this payment. I've got to adjust a picture. I've got to put new guest towels in the bathroom. And what we want to say to all that is don't. Just don't. Solutions to problems come if we don't distract ourselves with other things during this dedicated time of silence. Now, I know we're not going to take 24 hours like Gandhi did, but some time. Now, I'm going to also say that deep relaxation is good. Like one of the things you could do, and I've certainly done this, is I start at 100 and I start to count down. It's almost like you're going into anesthesia, When they say, okay, you'll count from 100, and you're like, 100, 90, right? That's how it works. Anesthesia works fast on me, it seems, when I've had that experience. But from here, we say, all right, I'm going to relax. So starting from 100, I'm going to count down. And I think what that does is having something to focus on like that, it's another way in. We stop spinning so much. And yes, absolutely, take time. We have to meditate. I think there is incredible power in nature for us, I think if you can't get in nature, then play a nature CD so you hear the sounds of nature. Or listen to what feeds your soul. Listen to some classical music or something that inspires you. I think going for a walk, and I think laughing, I think all of these things are really, really good. There are other ways to stimulate our superconscious mind. Other ways, that it doesn't have to be that I'm just going to be in silence, right? It really could be when I do my walking, that's a really good time for me creatively. But if I sit quietly sometimes and I have paper and pen nearby, or I even write a question at the top, and say, I'm just going to sit here for the next 20 minutes and I've got my paper nearby, and God, if there's anything I need to know, bring it on in a way I can understand. You know how thick and slow I can be sometimes. So just say it in a way I can understand. And I think this is best to do if you are a morning person, to do it early in the day. I hate to say it, I find that I'm most productive really early in the morning. And if I could implement one idea, one thing that comes to me very quickly, the universe says, oh, he takes the information he's receiving seriously, we can give him more information. But this is what we often do, is that we'll sit and we'll listen and we'll get information, but take no action. And so then the universe's response to that is he's not serious. He doesn't really want the information. He doesn't really want to know how to proceed with this. There are three characteristics of genius, I think. That geniuses tend to be able to concentrate single-mindedly on one thing at a time. I find that very challenging. Maybe that's my excuse, you know, because I love the idea of multitasking, and people say they're multitasking, but you know, now we've had that term for quite a while now, and there are lots of reports that it's actually not that effective. The second thing that geniuses do is they maintain wonder and naivete and an open mind and a willingness to consider different solutions. Okay, willingness to consider different solutions. And also they have a systematic approach to problem solving. So the three things that they are able to concentrate single-mindedly on one thing. They maintain wonder and naivete and an open mind and willing to consider different solutions. And they have a systematic approach to problem solving. See, there is a solution waiting to be found. This is what we have to know. Wherever we have a question, wherever we're in a quandary, wherever we don't see the demonstration happening, there is a solution waiting to be found. What is it? What is it? What is it? I've got to change my language maybe. Not a problem, it's a situation. It's not a problem, it's a challenge. It's not a problem, it's an opportunity, right? Because, you know, stress, when we're stressing about things, we know now scientifically that stress shuts down different parts of the brain, right? And so if those parts of the brain are shut down, we have no access to them. So now, what I want us to do, and again, we'll just do this for this week. For this week, only talk about the solutions. Don't even talk about the problem. Just talk about the solution. Stop rehearsing the problem. You know the problem well enough. If you don't talk about it for a week, you're not going to forget all of those details, right? Most decisions, say like 80%, I think, should be made fairly quickly. This is what they tell us now, that most decisions should be made fairly quickly. You know, I often say, go with your first impulse. Go with your first impulse, right? Do I have a superconscious idea? You do if it comes complete. You know, it covers all aspects. It's the whole deal together. It will be a blinding flash of the obvious, I have found. Like, oh, of course. Why didn't I see that? It's so obvious. And if you also feel a burst of joy, a little elation, you know, some energy that you want to do it right now, I think that's a really good sign. So just like those little kids that I was teaching yoga to, I believe that we all come in with this genius mind that can do anything. It absolutely can do anything. So our goal, I think, is to stimulate this superconscious mind, to visualize things unfolding the way we desire to see them unfold. Now, I think you can't force creativity, but I think everyone has creativity within them. I think everyone is a genius. Everyone has the ability to plug in on demand. But when we do that, though, we've got to be calm, we've got to be confident, have to have a little expectant faith, you know, a faith that's kind of, that we know will solve and achieve what needs to be done. Because the more clear and precise our goals are, the more committed we are to accomplish them, the more the superconscious mind propels them into your life and experience. So geniuses, let's pray. So we turn our attention inward. Thank you. For a moment now, becoming still, just becoming aware that right where we are, God is fully present, that we are surrounded, we are filled with God's infinite, loving, intelligent spirit. In fact, that Spirit of God within you, within me, is the most true and most real thing about each and every one of us. We are that place where the light and love of Spirit is expressed like no place else on earth. And so in this awareness of our oneness with God, and also remembering that we are all connected with each other on the unseen side of life, each and every one of us, we are connected with each other. I speak the word for us today, that presence of infinite mind, infinite loving spirit within us knows everything we need to know and do. And we stand as open, willing, receptive vessels for that infinite mind to reveal to us, through us, everything that needs to take place. I know where we have a problem, where we are desirous of a solution. I know the infinite mind gives forth exactly what we need. Where we're dealing with some challenge, I know the infinite mind provides exactly what we need. Where we have questions, I know the infinite mind has answers. And we all stand as open, willing vessels for this power that's greater than we are, and yet we are a part of it to work through us in a greater way for a greater good. So we include in our prayer today our family members and friends, our parents and children, all of those we hold near and dear to us. And we see them in our mind's eye, and we know the truth is right where they are, that God is fully present, fully expressed, fully revealed as love, as health, as all needs met, as peace of mind. We let our prayer be a blessing energy in the world that we live in. So see this in your mind's eye. Emanating out from your heart is a light and a love and an energy that reaches out from here, from you, into our sanctuary and out into the world. And not just into the world, but completely around the world, touching all people everywhere, lifting them in love, in light, in consciousness, in healing. And so this is our prayer for the world, that the world is a more peaceful, loving place, that all people's needs are met, that all people everywhere live with dignity. We bless our church. We bless all churches everywhere. Synagogues and temples and mosques and ashrams, all paths to God. And I'm certain that we are blessed by being together today. So it is with an open, gracious, full heart that I say, thank you, God. I release this word into law, and so it is. Together we all say, amen. All right, we'll sing one time together. I invite you to hold your gift over your heart, and we say our statement of giving together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Thank you very much.
life's cheap and these ceilings droop, and I can tell it don't look like much to you, but that's okay. Yeah, that's alright. Just let me be. No, I never felt right in a business suit, and I know how that would have worked for you, but that's okay. Yeah, that's alright. Just let me be. I wanna chase what whim I've got, don't wanna tie myself in knots around your backup plans, 'cause that's not who I am. Let me trip on my own 2 feet, I brush off my own skin knees, ask my own heart for help. I've gotta let myself learn from my own mistakes, drop some without the brakes, find some of my own dreams. Just let me be me. Well, I put my last $2 in this washing machine. I guess I'll live on trust and canned baked beans for a while. Well, I'll get by. Just let me be. Now I might get lost, but I'm not broken down. And if I spin my wheels, just let me ride it out. I've got time, I'll be fine. Just let me be. And I know what I have to do, and all I really want from you is just some faith in me, a little room to breathe. Let me trip on my own 2 feet, brush off my own skin knees, ask my own heart for help. I've gotta let myself learn from my own mistakes, drop some without the brakes, find some of my own dreams. Just let me be. Trip on my own 2 feet, brush off my own skin knees, ask my own heart for help. I've gotta let myself learn from my own mistakes, drop some without the brakes, find some of my own dreams. Just let me trip on my own 2 feet, brush off my own skin knees, ask my own heart for help. I've gotta let myself learn from my own mistakes, drop some without the brakes, find some of my own dreams. Just let me be. Just let me be. Just let me be. Just let me be.
Okay.
Today is Ginny Boucher's birthday. So Ginny, would you give us a wave? Let us love you and say happy birthday. So can we sing? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ginny. Happy birthday to you. And just so you know, because I know you'll all wish her happy birthday after the service, but her secrets are eat all your vegetables and think sweet thoughts. Thank you. Ginny.
Excellent. And now the announcements. But first, thank you to our band. Thank you to our soloist, Melissa Lewis. Oh, outstanding. Beautiful. And thank you to the digital media team. Thank you to our ushers. And thank you to the AV team. Beautiful. The announcements. If this is your first time at our church, we are delighted that you are here. Please stop by the welcome table on the patio to pick up a packet of information that's just for you. You can make donations to our church through our text to give number, the QR code, or through our website, nhcrs.org/give. Prayer with a practitioner is available after service in person or on Zoom. Every Sunday morning at 9:45, our junior church is open to kids from toddler to teen and in between, and they are thriving. Every Wednesday night, join us for the Heart of Healing service with Reverend Sidney Steen. Meditation at 6:50, service at 7 p.m., and Reverend Sidney's topic this week is Saturated in Love. Don't want to miss it. Grief Support Group with practitioner Carol Winokur meets today on Zoom only at 1 p.m. The Good Gossip Club with practitioner Nikki Savara meets today at 1 p.m. in the junior church. The Green Team will have a meeting on Zoom July 11th at 3 p.m. The Zoom link for the meeting is on our website. The Creative Arts Ministry presents a July movie night, the movie Gratitude Revealed. Join us on Friday, July 21st, 7 to 9 p.m. in the sanctuary for a private showing of this beautiful film that focuses on the power and the principle of gratitude. And in light of Dr. Mark's talk today, I want to give credit to the creative spirit and genius of Andrea Silberman, who is now volunteering at the junior church. Bless her. It is because of her vision and persistence that that film is coming here. It is life-changing, so don't miss it. Again, Friday, July 21st, 7 to 9 p.m. There's refreshments and fellowship afterwards on the patio, and the suggested donation is $10. Get ready. Your transformation is coming. NHCRS classes in higher consciousness, informational meeting with Reverend Sidney, July 23rd, 1 p.m. in the sanctuary. Sunday, July 23rd, 1 p.m. sanctuary. Do something that your future self will be grateful for. Please join us. And speaking of Reverend Sidney, she has a special announcement.
First of all, if you were a part of either being there, serving, or being served for our fantastic barbecue last week, I want to acknowledge you and thank you. If you brought food, if you ate food, thank you so much. If you cooked food, if you ate food, I ate food. All right. The other thing I want to tell you about is that every third Sunday of the month, we are feeding those who are experiencing food insecurity, people who are homeless, and we do it at a new location, different from where we've been. It's the Alexandria Park, which is right behind the old Valley Plaza Theater off of Bellingham and Victory. Now, here's the thing about this. We have this intention to feed and to love, to acknowledge, and to attend to all of those who need to be attended, loved, fed, nourished. And so we recognize that this is a big deal, and we want to invite you. See, here's our what. Our what is that we want to feed. The how is God coming through you, signing up and saying, okay, I'm going to bring chicken. Michael Flott, you bring chicken. Pasta. Dr. Mark, mac and cheese? Okay. I'll bring some salads. The rest of you, let's challenge the 11:30 people. Those 11:30 people. Let's see if you can sign up more, fill up more spaces. We meet over there at 1 o'clock, and we feed, and we also are collecting clothes, basic necessities, shoes, blankets, that kind of thing. We want to make sure we make a difference. If not, one bird at a time, right? One thing at a time. And I'm not talking old dinner rolls and napkins. All right. I'm talking the good stuff. So anyway, I'll be on the patio encouraging you, encouraging you to sign up, to bring stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So much wonderful things that we're doing and so many opportunities for service. And next, the Abundance Workshop 2023 with Dr. Mark Vierra. It is 4 Mondays starting July 24th, 6:30 to 8 p.m. on Zoom only. Join Dr. Mark for this amazing workshop where you'll learn how to expand your prosperity consciousness. This class will be based on the book, A Happy Pocket Full of Money. by David Cameron Ajikandi. The book is available in our bookstore. Sign up on our website, and the cost is responsible giving. And last but not least, save the date, Sunday, July 30th. Join us for a Taste of Soul fundraiser. Come feed your soul at this wonderfully delicious event. There's great food, a silent auction, a kids' bounce house, face painting, music, fun for the whole family. Get tickets and more information Sunday on the patio. We have a Zoom virtual patio before and after Sunday and Wednesday services, and Zoom meditation is every morning, Monday through Saturday from 7:55 to 8:15 a.m. You can visit our website, NHCRS.org, to obtain Zoom links and more information about all of our events and to sign up for weekly e-blasts and the monthly newsletters. And that's it.
Great, thanks. So we have practitioners who are here to pray with you. So practitioners, come on forward. If you would like prayer, just remain in the sanctuary. Let's stand and we'll sing. So please repeat after me. I'm at home in the heart of God.
I'm at home in the heart of God.
My life is anchored in truth.
My life is anchored in truth.
I can never be separate.
I can never be separate.
I live in the consciousness of peace.
I live in the consciousness of peace.
I release all fear.
I release all fear.
I am living love.
I am living love.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.